afternoon, everybody. Welcome to your Thursday afternoon Devo, your Daily Bread passage, episode 633, part 2. Today we're going to learn about being seen from Julie Schwab, like the investment banker Charles Schwab, S-C-H-W-A-B. And it is derived from Acts 9:26 through 30. So if you're excited about this, we'll smash the like button. And like I said this morning, if you're ready for NASCAR season, it gets started tonight with the duels at Daytona, where we set the field for the Daytona 500. And then tomorrow is the truck race. Saturday is the Xfinity race. And then Sunday is the Daytona 500. So, look forward for the season to get started to see these new. Everybody's got some new cars. So I got a newer cars are a different generation. So they're changing different cars, and they've moved the numbers up. So instead, like say this is the door, and the number's here in the middle of the door, they've let's say you're looking at the driver's door. The number would be here. They moved it over here, closer to the wheel, closer to that front wheel, or closer to the front part of the door. So you got a square, and usually it's in the dead middle, but they moved it over. So they moved it over just closer to the front. Which some of them actually look good. The way they got some of the paint schemes, they actually look good. So when I first saw last week, I don't know how that's going to work. Because they showed certain ones, the numbers, like, I don't think that's going to work. But then with the way the paint schemes, the way they've got them, they're setting them off. It's like, oh, okay, that does work pretty good. So, but subscribe if you're new, turn on notifications, share that video and channel with your family and friends. Help me reach that. Like I said, comment if you're ready for NASCAR season, if you're a NASCAR fan. But share the video and channel with your family and friends and help me reach that 100 subscriber mark by April the 18th, which is my birthday. And it's 57 days. I forgot to say that this morning, but it's 57 days till my birthday. So I'm 57 more days and I'll turn 41. So I'm 57 more days of being 40. And I haven't got nothing done that I had planned for this year. I couldn't. I didn't pre-plan my trip last year. So I didn't have it set up where I could do what I wanted to do. So it just, everything fell apart. And I had to come back home. Now, if everything had fallen into line the way I wanted it, man, I'd probably be in Nashville right now. You'd probably be looking at something from Nashville. But I guess it just wasn't meant to be at the time. That's what God just didn't want me up there yet, because this was going to happen. Something like this was going to happen. We were going to lose my brother. Could he'd seen that early in the year and didn't want me up there, so everything just fell apart. But he'd be letting me enjoy the day up there anyway. Still didn't get to do a lot. It was the most boringest day of my life. I got to see some few good sights, but sorry for rambling. Let's see. Being seen. Julie Schwab, she writes in an article mentoring Hannah Schell, S-C-H-E-L-L, explains that mentors need to support, challenge, and inspire. But first and perhaps foremost, a good mentor sees you. Recognition, not in terms of awards or publicity, but in the sense of simply being seen, is a basic human need. people need to be recognized, known, and believed in. So in the New Testament, Barnabas, whose name means son of encouragement, had a knack for seeing people around him. And in Acts chapter 9, he was willing to give Saul a chance when the other disciples were all afraid of him. Verse 26. Saul, who was also later called Paul, that Saul, in 13:9, had a history of persecuting believers in Jesus. Acts 8 verse 3. So they didn't think he really was a disciple in 9:26. But later, Paul and Barnabas had a disagreement over whether to take Mark with them to visit the believers in all the towns where they preached. Acts 15:36. Paul didn't think it was wise to bring Mark along because he had deserted them earlier. Interestingly, Paul later asked for Mark's assistance. Get Mark and bring him with you because he is helpful to me in my ministry. 2 Timothy 4:11. So Barnabas took time to see both Paul and Mark. Perhaps we're in Barnabas' position to recognize potential in another person, or with that individual in need of a spiritual mentor. May we ask God to lead us to those who we can encourage and those who will encourage us. So how have you been encouraged by someone who believed in you? And how can you help others who need encouragement? Once again, proverbial answers, if you feel like it, in the comments. But say this: Father, help me to see and to encourage others, and lead me to someone who can encourage me. So on these days of praise or daily bread passages, I am leaving the words when it picks up the subtitles. When it says, I'll leave it, and turn your subtitles off at the beginning of the video, so you don't. And then when I get to that point where I say ponder those questions by saying this, turn it back on so you can see what I say, so you can write it down. But for further study and to learn more about what it means to lead and encourage others, please visit this website. It will be in the description box. ChristianUniversity.org/ML102. That's ChristianUniversity.org/ML102. So that link will be in the description box. I'll make sure to put it down at the bottom in the description. But your Bible reading today is Leviticus 21 and 22 and Matthew chapter 28. So we're finishing up the book of Matthew today in the Bible reading. So we pick up on Mark tomorrow in the Bible reading. But, excuse me, that's all I have for today. Coming up tomorrow, your part 2 of episode 634, your Daily Bread passage, we're going to be talking about lift for Friday, February 18th, 2022. We're going to be talking about the topic of lift from Mike Whitmer. And it's derived from Joshua 1:1-9. So stay tuned to that. I'll get to that in just a few minutes, but you'll see that one tomorrow. Coming up at 7 o'clock tonight, in your Turning Point video for today, your Thursday Turning Point, episode 166, we're going to be learning about dealing with disappointment. Starting with 2 Timothy 4, verse 10, Our recommended reading is Colossians 4:14 and Philemon, verse 24. Because Philemon's another one of those one-chapter books. Our turning point is from Frederick W. Faber, Faber, and our Bible reading is Numbers 25 and 26. So, stay tuned to that. I'll get to that in just a few minutes, but you'll see that after 7. But with that said, I love you. I appreciate you. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Keep on keeping on and trusting God to keep you safe in all you say and do in 2022. And until later, peace out, everybody. Goodbye. God bless. Have a wonderful rest of your Thursday afternoon. Come back again tonight for Dealing with Disappointment. Should be a good one. But until then,